welcome to Hewlett-Packard Enterprise Discover 2019 Las Vegas. I'm Daisy McAndrew. Now on today's episode of Breakthrough, we'll look at two examples of how HPE is accelerating experiences to entertain, inform and inspire. We're starting off with how the Disney and Aruba partnership is driving immersive, story-driven experiences to transform the guest experience. Well, joining me to talk me through it and about it is Kirti Melkote, President and Founder of Aruba, a Hewlett-Packard Enterprise company. Very warm welcome to you, Kirti.
Thank you, Daisy.
We know there's an awful lot of excitement. We heard it from the keynote speech about Galaxy Edge, the theme park in California, but there's more coming in the new theme park that's opening in August. Tell us a bit about what to expect and what is new and exciting.
Yeah, if you look at venues like Disney, their business is about experiences and how do you create great experiences. And it started off with creating initially a connected experience. So when we go there as visitors and guests, that we can share our experience with our families back home, our friends. It was mainly a social experience. From there we evolved to an interactive experience where you're interacting with the venue based on your location on the set.
So when you're talking about interacting, what specifically are you talking about?
Interacting with the objects around you. The objects can give you content back to your mobile device when you're looking at the mobile device, or take you from point A to point B with wayfinding, allow you to order food and beverage at the venue so the food and beverage can come to you. So the venue comes alive for you, as opposed to just a place you capture things on your phone and tweet it back, if you will. Yeah. So that's what interactive is about. From interactive, what Disney wanted to do was make it immersive, which means you're not only participating in the venue, but you're participating in the set.
Because immersive is one of those words that I think people often don't really, it sounds great, we're not quite sure what it means in practice.
Yeah, so are you a Star Wars fan?
Yes, whole family, yeah.
Who's your favorite character? Do you have?
Oh, I know, I'd be in terrible trouble if I said it.
I would say Princess Leia,
I think
why not?
It probably is.
So you could be Princess Leia in an immersive experience, where you go in there and you become a character on the set in a digital experience, and you become completely immersed and experience it like you're one of the characters. And so they've recreated at Galaxy's Edge that entire immersive experience where once you go in there, everyone is a villager on this strange new planet, and you become one of the Star Wars cast of characters and you interact with the entire place like you're one of them. It's phenomenal.
It is like a TV show, isn't it? You know, where you get this, sort of, you can't really imagine that it's happening. And then you've also got the personalization element of it. And again, we've heard a bit about that, but what does that mean in practice?
So personalization allows you to basically put your own creativity and your own dimension to it. You don't have to just be a pre-created actor on the set.
So you're not sticking to somebody else's script. You're writing your own script.
That's exactly right. And doing that digitally is where the magic is, because you need to bring this physical world, which you're interacting in an immersive way with, and making it come alive in a digital context behind the scenes. That's where all the technology is, and that's where all the excitement is.
I suppose so many of these things, you have to sort of see it to believe it, and it must be quite difficult telling people, you know, come to Disney and you'll get this immersive experience if people can't really imagine what that would be like. I guess you need to spread the word a bit.
Yes, so it's already available at Disneyland in California. It's coming to Disney World in August. And I would say, yeah, absolutely. If you have not been, you should go and experience it, because it's hard to describe it in words.
I suspect, like so many of us, you know, the younger generation is so good at technology where so many of us aren't. And I think you've made my life a lot harder with somebody who's got children of a certain age. They're going to know exactly what these experiences are going to be like, and there's going to be an awful lot of pester power for parents like me to get their kids there.
Absolutely, and guess what? They're probably totally at home in these experiences.
They won't think it's weird at all.
They won't think it's weird at all.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. What are you most excited about out of all the technological advancements that you've made? And I guess what we're talking about is making memories, isn't it, here?
Right. Ultimately, it's about that, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, I'm a huge Disney fan, and my own personal recollection of my latest Disneyland trip was just how amazed my kids were. And experiencing that joy through their eyes is magical, and that's really what it's about.
It is amazing. I know you're going to stay with me, Katie, for a moment. So from a theme park to a sports stadium, I want to go across the pond to my hometown, London, and to the London football club, Tottenham Hotspurs. And they have partnered with HPE to build the most technologically advanced stadium in the world to set a new standard of fan experience. From a new app that guides you through game day to digital signposts, the world's first entirely cashless stadium is really something to behold. Let's take a look at how HPE is helping bring the worlds of sport and technology together.
Come on, you Spurs!
Tottenham Hotspur has always been one of the big clubs in the Premier League. The vision for the stadium was we wanted an iconic building, something that would stand the test of time and will be known globally.
To dare us to do is a motto that we've had. It does encapsulate how we approach our business. We've tried to do something that's never been done before.
What we've created with the Hewlett-Packard Enterprise and Aruba is the most connected stadium in the world.
Everything we've thought about when we've been designing this stadium, how can we make the experience more entertaining? We're in the entertainment business.
Well, back now with Katie, and joining us, Mark Waters, Managing Director of UK and Ireland for HPE, to talk more about this state-of-the-art stadium. The digital Goliath is in a league all of its own, with countless cutting-edge technological features to fully immerse fans in their football fantasy. Mark, this is something very close to my own heart. I have family members who are die-hard.
Big Spurs fans.
Big Spurs fan.
Come on, you Spurs.
Very, very big Spurs fan. But I think a lot of people, perhaps here, wouldn't realise what a huge impact this stadium has had, not just on Spurs fans, but actually on Londoners, because it's built in the centre of London, and it's got these amazing technological advances that other stadiums don't have. What is it about the technology and the football sort of marriage that's got you most excited?
Yeah, I mean, everyone is talking about this stadium. It's the first new stadium built in London for, I think, about 15 years. So no stadium before has been able to benefit from technology in the way that the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium has. So the whole design, the whole strategy was built with technology embedded right at the heart, with a view from the club that if they change the fan experience, they bring people to the ground earlier, they connect with the club in a different way, it builds loyalty, it builds engagement, and
this
obviously
is what a lot
drives
of the
revenue.
fans have said, is that they actually love the stadium so much. I know it sounds like I'm just saying this because you're here, but this is, I do know that they love the stadium so much they want to be there for a longer period of time, which I think is very interesting. That they want to get there earlier, they want to stay longer, they want to spend more money in the bars and so on, and the cashless element is important too.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing that. Fans are turning up a lot earlier to the stadium to engage with it. It's got one of the longest bars in any stadium in Europe and its own microbrewery, so there's plenty of reasons to go. But one of the things they've done with technology to change the experience, and you talk about being cashless, is just to speed everything up. There are just far less queues. I mean, cashless is one way of doing that, but directing fans to parts of the stadium where it's less busy, where they can get things more quickly, these are all ways that we're using technology just to make it better to be at a football stadium.
Katie, talk to me a bit about the partnership element of this project.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was about 18 months ago, 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Mark and I and Antonio were meeting with Dan and Sanjeev, talking about what their vision is for the stadium. And they were, at that time, trying to make a technology vendor choice, saying, who's going to be our partner? And one thing was very clear to me was they said, we want to raise the bar. Because we had implemented other stadiums before, like Levi Stadium and so on. But they very specifically said, we want to raise the bar, we want this to be the technological benchmark for the entire industry. And so it was very clear to me that they were after this, and I was very clear it was only us who could pull it off. So we said at that point in time, we can make it happen for you. Brought it together, not only the technology, but the people part, which is our teams at Point Next within HPE were a huge part of being able to work with the with the customers to be able to pull this new stadium off.
Such an ambitious project, wasn't it? From the start. Mark, finally, give me a specific example of how your average fan's experience has been changed or made better.
Yeah, well, other than the team performing really well, of course.
Well, that goes as a given, but
yeah.
I don't think any of us can take the credit
yeah, it wasn't us that got them the Champions
League,
League,
right? They got to the finals.
They really did. It was fantastic.
I mean, speed is obviously important, and we talked about that. But a great thing is the use of wayfinding. So one of the attractions in the stadium is there are lots of points of interest. Our data center being one of them, our microbrewery we talked about, and fans can navigate their way around the stadium using the technology to go and see those points of interest because they're not confined to a single part of the stadium. And that's just really cool. On top of that, they can connect with their friends and meet via the app and find their way to see each other, see points of interest. And it just makes for a much more entertainment-like experience around the football as opposed to it just being about the football.
And actually, I said that we couldn't take any credit for the performance of the team, but of course all managers say that if you've got a fantastic crowd cheering on the team, that is like a 12th player. And I know from experience, personal experience, that the fans are incredibly proud of their new stadium, and I think pride does then filter down onto the pitch. So I will say,
great use of digital signage to do that as well, which is all linked with the technology to kind of really change the experience whilst you're watching the game as well.
Yeah,
makes me want to a game soon.
Yeah, come back to London.
Season,
we always love to have you.
We'll all go, and also those amazing the beer glasses that fill up from the bottom. I still don't understand how that works.
It's a big hit.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. I will be there soon, and I hope to see you both there soon as well. And thank you for joining us for this in-depth look at the potential technology has to transform everything around us. If you've missed anything or want to replay any of our interviews from Discover 2019 Las Vegas, please go and visit hpe.com/discover/more. I'm Daisy McAndrew. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.